Good morning, student. Today we will discuss about equilibrium. Equilibrium is a condition in which force cancel another force. One force cancel another force. Therefore, the resultant force acting on a body is zero. Equilibrium is also known as balance. Equilibrium provides us balance and stability. Balance is your ability to control your body control your body without movement against the gravity. And stability is your ability to control your body during movement against the gravity. There are two types of equilibrium: static equilibrium and dynamic equilibrium. Static means fixed, dynamic means motion. So static equilibrium means balancing your body. Your body is rest, completely motionless, and that conditions balancing your body. Okay, static equilibrium means balancing the body during rest. For example, standing on one leg, that is balancing our body in a from a single point. There is no movement. Dynamic equilibrium means balancing the body while in motion. All the applied and internal force acting on a moving body are in a balance. Therefore, the resultant movement with unchanging speed. This is, for example, in gymnastics. The person is in motion, there is movement, and in that condition he has to balance his body. These are the two types of equilibrium. Equilibrium, it is a condition in which one force cancel another force. Therefore, the resultant force acting on a body is zero. There are two types of equilibrium: static equilibrium, dynamic equilibrium. Static equilibrium means balancing the body at rest. There is no movement. In that condition, you have to balance your body. You are completely motionless. For example, standing on one leg, sitting. And dynamic equilibrium means balancing the body while in motion. All the applied and internal force acting on a body are in motion. In that conditions, you have to balance. Center of gravity. Center of gravity, it is a point at which it is the point around which the body is equally balanced in all the direction. Balance and stability depend upon the center of gravity. If the center of gravity is within the base of support, there will be the more stability and balance. If the base of support is more, then there will be the more stability and balance. Some principle of stability and balance. For example, in wrestling, the down players lie down or bend. That is, he lower the center of gravity. If the center of gravity is less, then there will be the more stability. So he extend his leg and lower down his body to lower his center of gravity. For example, in weightlifting, the players widen his base. Okay, he increased the base of support by um, keeping his feet apart. Therefore, if the base of support is more, there will be the more stability and balance. Let's discuss some principle of stability and balance. First, center of gravity within the base of support. If the center of gravity is within the base of support, then there will be the more stability and balance. Widen the base of support. If the base of support is wide, there will be the more stability. Therefore, for a more stability and balance, wider the base of support. Lower the center of gravity. If the center of gravity is less, then there will be the more stability. Expand the base of support. If the base of support is expanded, then there will be the more stability. Therefore, for stability and balance, expand the base of support. Increase friction between supporting surface. If the friction means the opposite resistance force when two objects slide over each other. If the friction is increased between supporting surface, then there will be the more stability and balance. Increasing mass. If the mass, that is weight, if the weight of the object is more, then there will be the more stability as compared to less weight. Okay, if the weight of a person, if the weight of the object is more, then there will be the more stability. Push or pull close to the base of support. If you are pushing or pulling bit close of the base of support, in that condition there will be the more stability. Proper catching technique. If you have a knowledge of proper technique, if you know the proper technique, then in that condition there will be the more stability, there will be the more balance. If you have a proper knowledge of a technique, proper falling technique, proper falling techniques should be known to the players, otherwise it may lead to injury due to unstable position. For example, in running the players bend forward to lower his stability, to lower his center of gravity, so that his stability increase. So to remove the injury, reduce the injury, he should have proper knowledge of technique, proper knowledge of falling technique, etc. Rotation about axis. The persons, if a player know, should be aware about rotation about the axis at its provide balance. If he has knowledge about the rotation axis, there will be the more stability. For examples in cycling, etc. These are the some principle of stability and balance. Okay, first, equilibrium. Equilibrium, it is a condition in which one force cancel another force, therefore the resultant force acting on a body is zero. Equilibrium is also known as balance. There are two types of equilibrium: static equilibrium, dynamic equilibrium. Static equilibrium means balancing your body while in motionless, while in rest. For example, standing on one leg. And dynamic equilibrium means balancing the body while in motion. For example, in gymnastics, walking, running, etc. Principle of stability and balance. Center of gravity. If the center of gravity is within the base of support, there will be the more stability. Widen the base of support. If the base of support is wide, there will be the more stability. If the center of gravity is less, there will be the more stability. Expand the base of support. If you expand the base of support, more will be the stability. Increase friction. If the frictional force is increased, then there will be the more stability and balance. Proper technique, proper knowledge. If push or pull between the base of support, etc. We have complete ours 8 unit fundamentals of anatomy, physiology and kinesiology. Short answer type question. Define anatomy. Anatomy, it is a branch of biology in which we study about the structures of a human body. We study the structure, shape, size of a structure of a human body, organs and its system. Physiology. In physiology, it is the study of functioning of various organs or system of a human body. In physiology, we study about the functioning of various system or organs of the human body. Kinesiology is study of human movement. Various joint, types of joint, immovable joint, slightly movable joint and freely movable joint. Types of muscles, skeletal muscles, involuntary muscles and cardiac muscle. Anatomy, it is the study of body structure. Kinesiology gives us knowledge about body movement. Okay, anatomy, it is a study of body structures. Kinesiology, body movement. Largest bones, femur bones, hip joint is also known as hinge joint. Muscle bring both external movement, internal movement, heart contraction, all of the above, etc. Let once again do the revision, fast revision of this chapters. Fundamentals of anatomy, physiology and kinesiology. Anatomy, it is a branch of biology in which we study about the human body system. In anatomy, we study about the structures of various organs, its shape, size, structures, how they interrelate with each others, etc. We study in anatomy. Physiology, it is a science in which we study about the functioning of various organs or system. In physiology, we study about the functioning, how it function and how they interrelate with each others, their relationship with others organs, their effect, etc. We study in physiology. Physiological system. Our human body is made of various systems. Various system is made of organs. Our organs is made of tissue, and tissue is made of cells. Okay, so our body is made of various systems like skeletal system, muscular system, respiratory system, circulatory systems, etc. Skeletal system. Skeletal systems, it provide structures, shape to the body. It acts as a junction. Skeletal system, it protect our internal organs and provides shape to the body. It acts as a framework. Skeletal system, it consists of bones, joint, cartilage, etc. Muscular systems, it provide movement to the body through its contraction. Through muscular contractions, muscles helps in movement. Whether it is internal or external movement, it is due to the muscular contractions. Muscle consist, muscle, tendons, ligament, etc. Circulatory system help in circulation of blood throughout the body. It consists of blood vessels, heart, etc. Respiratory system is a process in which Oxygen is inhaled and carbon dioxide is exhaled. It is respiratory system. Oxygen is intake and carbon dioxide is exhaled. It is respiratory systems helps to bring energy production. It helps in energy productions because oxygen in respiration, oxygen is fused with the blood and helps to production of energy. Respiratory systems consists of lungs, trachea, alveoli, etc. Digestive system. Digestive systems also helps in energy productions. Digestive systems help in breakdown of food into breakdown of food into simple soluble form, and through this it's help in producing the energy. Digestive system consists stomach, food pipe, intestine, etc. Nervous system. Nervous systems, it helps to control the working of various organs of the body. Okay, nervous systems helps in controlling the organs, controlling the work of various organs of the body, like it consists brain, spinal cord, nerves, etc. Glandular systems. Glandular systems, it helps various organs to work properly. Okay, glandular systems helps other organs to work properly. It consists endocrine gland, exocrine gland like livers, pancreas, thyroid, etc. It helps various organs, other organs to work properly. Next is excretory system. Excretory systems help in removing the waste product from our body. It consists of kidney, skin, and reproductive system. It's help in reproducing the young one. It consists of reproductive organs. These are the some system of human body, and various systems make a human body. Human body is made of various system. And next is skeletal system. Skeletal system consists of bones, joint, etc. Skeletal system, the proper functioning of skeletal system and muscular systems improve the efficiency of the body. Bones, there are about 206 bones in a human body. Bone is divided into three parts: head bone, hollow shaft, and or tailbone. And femur bone, it is the largest bones which is present in thigh, and stapes, it is the smallest bones which is present in the ear. There are various types of bones: long bones, short bones, irregular bones, sesamoid bones, cartilaginous bones, flat bones, etc. Long bones, these bones are long and wide. For example, bones of the leg, arms. Short bones are short in size and cube shape like wrist joint. Flat bones have broad surface. Therefore, they protect our internal organs like sternum, scapula. And irregular bones have irregular shapes like vertebra, bones of the vertebra, skull. And sesamoid bones are embedded in tendons, that is fixed in tendons, and they hold the tendons like patella. Okay, these are the sesamoid bones are the fixed. Cartilaginous bones, these cartilaginous bones are the flexibles and soft bones. They are found in ear, nose. Joint, it is the place where two or more bones meet. There are three types of joint: immovable joint, slightly movable joint, and freely movable joint. Immovable joint, this joint no movement is possible, like skull joint. It is also known as fibrous or fixed joint. In this joint, movement is not possible. Slightly movable, or we can say cartilaginous bones. This joint, there is slightly movement is possible, like in our vertebra. Freely movable joint, also known as synovial joint. This joint can move to a great extent. It is freely movable. These joints are covered by a thin membranes and are filled by the synovial fluid, and this synovial fluid acts as a greasing agent. Therefore, this joint move freely. There are various types of synovial joint like hinge joint, ball and socket joint, pivot joint, gliding joint, saddle joint, condylite joint, etc. Ball and socket joint. In ball and socket joint, maximum movement is possible. For example, at shoulders, hip. Hinge joint, it is present at elbow. Allow the forward and backward movement in one plane. Pivot joint, it allow rotation movement. For example, neck joint. And gliding joint. In this joint, the movement gliding joint, the bone surface of the joint are flat. For example, carpal joint. And saddle joint, in this joint, the movement take place in two axes and allow movement in two directions. For example, thumb joint. Muscular system. Muscular system, whether muscular systems helps in movement. Every movement, whether it is internal or external, it is due to the muscular contraction. Muscular contraction means shortening and lengthening of muscle. Muscles helps in circulation of blood. Muscles also helps to protect our internal organs. It helps to hold our internal organs in its place, gives structure, gives shape to the individuals. And there are three types of muscle: voluntary muscle, involuntary muscles, and cardiac muscles. Involuntary muscles, involuntary muscles, voluntary muscles are those muscles which work according to the will of persons. For example, muscle of our hand, leg, etc. This muscle work according to the will of a person. It is also known as straight muscles, because when we view under the microscope, they look like a straight in shape. Smooth muscle or involuntary or spindle muscles. Involuntary muscles are involuntary in nature. They are not controlled by the desire of a person. For example, muscle found in our digestive organs. These muscles work. These muscles are not work according to the will of persons. They work even when we are asleep. And cardiac muscles. This cardiac muscle is also involuntary muscles, involuntary in nature, but their shape is different from involuntary muscles. And cardiac muscle, it is the only muscles which is found in the heart. And this muscle, cardiac muscles, work under the command of autonomic nervous system. Next is respiratory system. Respiratory systems, it is the process in which exchange of gas take place, that is Oxygen is inhaled, oxygen is intake, and carbon dioxide is exhaled. Okay, in respiration, it is a process in which exchange of gas take place. That is, oxygen fused with the blood and carbon dioxide is diffused from the blood. There are two types of respiration: internal respiration, external respiration. External respiration is also known as breathing. External respiration, it takes place in the lungs with the help of alveoli. In external respiration, the carbon dioxide is diffused from the blood and oxygen is fused with the blood. In breathing, in external respirations, breathe in and breathe out take place. Okay, inhalations and exhalations are the two processes of external respiration. External respirations make a internal respiration possible. The internal respiration, it is a process in which oxygen rich blood reach to the tissue and cells. Okay, this process of respiration take place in tissue and cells. In this respiration, the oxygenated blood, the blood which is oxygenated in external respiration, that blood reach to the working tissue where oxygen is used for producing the energy. Okay, this oxygen is used for energy productions and it produces the carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide is again carried away by the blood to the lungs for purification through external respiration. The purification of blood takes place in external respiration. Okay, so the blood which is purified in external respiration, that blood reaches to the tissue and this tissue use the blood, oxygen rich blood, for energy productions, and during energy production carbon dioxide is produced. This carbon dioxide is again fused with the blood and it is carried by the blood to the lungs for purification. Mechanisms of breathing and breathe out. Breathe in. During breathe in, the muscle, during breathe in, the muscle across the ribs, during breathe in, the muscles across the ribs is contract, which result which pull the ribs upward, sideward, and this diaphragm downward. Therefore, the size of the lungs increase, which result in increase in volume. Therefore, the pressure in the lungs decrease, due to which the oxygen is inhaled. The oxygen goes to the lungs. Air is sucked inside through the nose and mouth. And during breathe out, when we breathe out, the muscles of the diaphragms go upwards. The muscles, the ribs go inside downward, which causes the size of the lungs decrease. During breathe out, during breathing out, the muscles across the ribs relax, which the muscles across the ribs relax. Therefore, the ribs come inside diaphragms. The muscles of diaphragm go upward, which leads to decrease in size of the lungs. Okay, the size of the lungs decrease, therefore the volume of the lungs increase, which result in great pressure. More pressure is developed, which result in air go outside. Okay, this during breathe out, During breathe out, the muscles across the ribs relax, which the muscles across the ribs relax, by which the space in the lungs decrease. Therefore, high pressure is developed in the lungs, which result in pushing of air outside. These are the two process of breathe in and breathe out. And next, circulatory system. Circulatory system, it's help in circulation of blood throughout the body. Okay, circulatory system, it help in circulation of blood throughout the body. Our heart pump 72 times per minute.